Isaias and I feel tremendously honored and truly thrilled with our mission tonight to present this year's Missions in Music Awards. I think we can all agree that the narrative around environmentalism can feel really intimidating to most of us. And as we've seen in movements of the past, music is the most powerful and effective tool to speak to people on the deepest and most inclusive levels.
Music is culture. And before I was an environmentalist, I was a saxophonist. But thankfully, for all of you, I left my saxophones at home tonight. But whether you are a musician or environmental messenger, both are ways to look at our world through a meaningful lens. And that's why it's so meaningful that this year's Mission in Music Award is being shared by Billie Eilish and her mother, Maggie Baird, for their incredible work as role models for sustainable behaviors remarkably exhibited throughout Billie's current Happier Than Ever the World Tour, where informational eco-villages are present at every show, providing platforms for like-minded organizations to help and inform and inspire audiences around the world.
At its best, environmentalism is a family affair. And together, Maggie and her mom created Overheated in collaboration with Maggie's organization, Support and Feed, which takes action for a global shift to an equitable, plant-based food system to combat food insecurity and the climate crisis. Overheated debuted in London this past summer and brought together climate activists, musicians, and designers from all over to discuss the climate crisis and the work that they are doing to make a difference. Like Isaias, I resonated with music from an early age, and I actually wanted to study music production in college before I turned to environmental science and policy. But I've since realized that you need to reach the people where they're most at, and Billie has continuously done that. She has walked the walk throughout her career, implementing real change from within. And not just in the music industry, but in the fashion industry too. I'm not sure if y'all know this, but just last year, she used her platform at the Met Gala and demanded one of the biggest fashion labels in the world to discontinue their fur trade if they were to work with her. And they listened. She is also the executive producer for the groundbreaking documentary, They're Trying to Kill Us, which examines the intersections of food, disease, race, and poverty. And she continues to use her platform to encourage and educate others in doing what's right for humanity, the animal kingdom, and our planet. Billie has shown all of us the power of using your platform to make real change.
And the old saying that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree couldn't be truer when it comes to our mother and daughter honorees tonight. What this activist, actress, environmentalist, humanitarian, and yes, mother to two great artists has done to inspire and educate not just her children, but all of us through her important work with Support and Feed inspires us daily to be here because we share their passion to heal our overheated planet. Here to accept their Missions in Music Award tonight, Billie Eilish and Maggie Baird.
Thank you. That was way too nice, you guys. Oh my gosh. I was not expecting all that. Oh my God. I really thought I was going to come here and I don't know. I don't know. I was really excited to come here and be part of this and be just really here in support is really all I was expecting. And I did not think any of that would be said. And you guys need to shut up about me. I love you so much. I just feel like I feel like I know nothing all the time, and I feel like I never feel like I'm doing enough in a lot of ways, and especially within, the environment and the world, and I'm always looking to do something else, and I feel that I people aren't thinking about it as much as I want them to, and especially when I work with, brands and we make things, and there's, just the fashion industry, which I'm such a big fan of and really involved with. It's just like horribly upsetting the way that people aren't really thinking about it first. I mean, people are kind of thinking about it, but more like pretending to think about it. And I would just say that my mom has been the person that is always thinking about it. And in this way that I'm just so in awe of, and I don't want to say much because I want her to talk, but because you guys got to hear what this lady has to say. But again, I feel like I know nothing. I'm just trying to do what I can, and I just go to her for anything that I need to know. And she really, she deserves really everything that I have. I feel like that I'm like living almost the life that she should have, and I'm kind of always just trying to do what I think my mom would want me to do, and she's just always thinking ahead, and she cares so much about the world and people and animals and beings, and I love my mom, and she's really the reason that I give a fuck. And yeah, and you guys should give a fuck too, and I know you guys do, but everybody else should as well. And I wish that this, I want this to be a big fucking deal, like the biggest deal in the world. And I hope that this kind of night can be, it's obviously a big deal, but I hope that it can be one of the biggest in the future. And anyway, let's listen to my mom talk.
Hi, thank you so much. Billy, thank you. Isaias and Wawa, thank you so much. I'm honored to just be in your presence, as you know. This event is so nice, and I appreciate the honor. I think probably like many of you, have a real conflicted feeling about dressing up and going to a party when you spend your life visiting and experiencing the terrible situations that affect so many people. It's really hard to feel justified in this, but why do we do it? Because it's really important that we tell stories. And all of you out here are telling the story, and that's how we'll make real change. So being here to tell a story, and for me, being here to say a lot of thank yous. So I want to start with some thank yous, and I'm going to start with my family, my husband Patrick, Phineas, and Billy. Thank you for bearing with me. I don't think it was super easy to be my children. Nobody really enjoys it when you forbid them from using paper towels, when you eschew all Christmas gift wrap and insist on sewing cloth bags for every single gift, when you give them the stink eye when they walk in with a single-use plastic bag or coffee cup. I know that I was annoying, and and I'm still annoying. And the crazy thing is, you all went on to have these amazing talents and developed this enormous platform that let me finally do the thing that I wanted to do most, which was feed people and talk about climate change. So kind of ironic, because now I'm never going to shut up and leave you alone. But thank you. I love you so much, and I'm so grateful to you for allowing me to do that. I also have some big thank yous. I'm going to read it so I don't mess any of them up. I want to thank everyone from Billy's management team, her label at Darkroom, and Interscope for supporting us to incorporate sustainability across all aspects of Billy's world. Thank you. And for the creation and execution of the event Overheated, as well as the documentary film, I want to accept this in partnership with Mike Malik and Naza Alakija. The Wasserman Agency was so important, Live Nation, and the staff of the O2 Arena, which hosted our event and went way beyond, and that made sure we had only vegan food in the arena for 6 of Billie's shows, all 6 of Billie's shows. Everyone at Reverb and Kurt Langer for helped us introduce the music day that we did with Overheated. And most of all, I want to thank the activists, the innovators, and the filmmakers who made Overheated so unique and empowering. I especially want to thank Allison Kingsley, Jeanette Hernandez, and the staff, volunteers, and the board of Support and Feed. This one's for you, I believe, who worked so tirelessly hard, not only on Overheated, but every single day. You are my heroes. I love you so much. All of you, please stand up, take a bow. Support and Feed, board members, volunteers, staff. Thank you so much. You deserve everything. And now just back to storytelling a little bit. When my kids were growing up, I led a lot of book clubs. From the time they were little, we sat in the park with a lot of kids and talked about books. And as they got older, of course, we read a lot of dystopian novels, as you do. And when we read those dystopian novels, all I could think of was, we're fucking living in a dystopian novel. This is it. The only problem is we're living like we're on page 10 of book 1. We're on book 4, like page 375. If it's Harry Potter, it's like 782. We have to start acting like where we are in that novel. This is urgent. This is urgent. And I just want to say that this book, this is the 50th anniversary of a book that changed my life, and I'm sure changed many of your lives. It's called Diet for a Small Planet. It was originally published in 1971. Get that through our minds, 1971. We've been incredibly slow to address the disaster, which is animal agriculture. And it's time. We don't have any time left. So I know there's a lot of you out here in the film industry. Please, use your platforms. Change your productions. Look at your craft services and the meals you serve your crew and the business lunches and the board meetings. We can't have any more climate summits where they serve lobster and steak. Those days have to be behind us. Someone from the New York Times said to me in a kind of a snarky kind of way, you can't eat your way out of climate change. Maybe. Plant-based food is not the only solution to climate change, but there's no solution without it. So we who have the privilege to choose what we eat, for the people who are most affected by climate change, who are the least, least responsible for causing it, we have the obligation. So please, consider your plate and consider supporting organizations like Support and Feed. And we can write these last chapters and maybe even have a sequel. Thank you so much.